I want to know if the rose bush too. Because I planted a...
When was that, 8 years ago? How long ago?
No, when my mother died. I planted a rose bush
So
with her ashes.
Yeah.
Some of her ashes, not
Yeah,
all.
you told me. Yeah. It's lovely to see all these fresh flowers, huh?
Yeah.
We had the service here.
All right. Now, something told me. I thought it was over there. Ah, so it must be over there.
Look at those. Look at those. No, those are not fresh. Couldn't be.
Huh?
Those are not fresh.
They're not true? Real?
Those? I don't think.
I think so.
No.
You don't think so?
No. The ones, the big ones? No, they're not.
Difficult to tell these days, aren't they? The fakes are so good.
Yeah.
But they really maintain it beautifully, don't they?
Beautiful. Yeah. That's why this morning I was wondering, is it something that your grandparents paid for in advance for life and for everybody? I guess so, no? Because I was thinking, I didn't see any date or anything.
See, I thought, let's go around there, because I thought it was over there.
It's okay.
Where do you think it is?
I think it's there. It's not too far from the edge.
Well, I thought,
It's like the third or fourth one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But what are we going to do when more people?
I don't know. That's the question. And how do they pay for all this?
Yeah,
if there's not room for more people.
It's always a problem, yeah.
It must have been a substantial amount of money for them to do it for life.
200.
Oh, 200. It's around here. Okay.
All right, you go down that one then. I'll go this one. Oh, it's nice and soft underneath, isn't it?
Here it is. And the rose is there.
He was born in Burke.
Birkenhead.
September 1879. And he died in 77. She in March and she in May.
Yeah.
And Leslie died
In May also.
May 19. That's why we put the rose bush.
That's the rose bush.
Well, it's certainly taking, because look at all the lovely shoots coming through. So
Well,
Birkenhead.
Elena's ashes are right underneath.
There was a choice.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
room
yeah.
for ashes.
I know.
I could have gotten the ashes in. There's room for ashes because when we put
No,
your
I think what
father
you did
here,
was great.
when they put your father, I asked and they said there's no more room for a whole thing, but for ashes there is.
Yeah.
So I could have done, a plaque and put her there. But then I thought, actually I didn't think.
Just did it.
There was no time, and my friend told me, you know what, if you want to do it, just go buy a rose bush, say that you're planting it, and you put her ashes there. That's what we did. Because then there was no...
October 9,
But we know that some of her
1885.
ashes are here anyway.
There was 6 years difference between Ray's and Williams' Ernest.
It's in 1977 he actually died.
Yeah.
He both died, 1977. What was I doing in that? I mean, Samantha was born in 1973, I think, and Barnaby in 1975.
So they were kids.
So I was living in Alresford at the time.
Yeah.
Because we had no bloody contact. It was disgusting.
No. Well, they didn't get along with your
Absolutely
mother
disgusting.
and
Yeah, but that's no reason not to have contact with your grandchildren.
Yeah.
You know?
No, definitely not.
Yeah, not at all. No excuses.
Now that you and we have grandchildren,
Oh.
you know how precious they are.
Yeah,
and how,
absolutely.
You know what a joy
Absolutely.
and what a privilege
Yeah,
it is to have
yeah.
a grandchild.
I mean, but, Samantha and Ninos are split up, but both I, as grandparent, and also, what's her name?
The mother?
Carol, who is Ninos' mother, and they both keep in contact with the grandchildren. Well, obviously I do, but she does as well. It's important for the grandchildren.
So it did last.
What I don't understand is, I thought it was only for British But I see a lot of people that have nothing to do with Britain buried here.
Well, I don't know. They may be
Yeah, I don't know.
descendants. They may be, you don't know. Maybe
I
they
had a
were-
look on Wikipedia this morning or last night briefly, and I think that it isn't a strict rule because there was somebody else, buried. Also quite interesting, the first person buried
Yes,
here
it's
was
that
some Englishman that actually fought in the for the independence of Peru,
Oh,
which I didn't know.
in 1822.
Yeah, somewhere around there, which is interesting. Now I want to see if I can find
79.
my abuelas, because I thought it was somewhere around here. It's either this one or it's somewhere around here, either here or the next one. Portrait. What?
Yeah, because you are the one directly related. I'm the photographer.
Actually, he was just as much a son to them as
Yeah.
my brother. Your father was very close. Very
Good.
He identified with him totally.
Good.
Pero que se vea pues la tumba, ¿no? Porque
It reminds me of the picture we took in New York, where I remember I went like that.
yeah. Yeah.
So what's your grandmother's
Right.
name?
Well, if you go on that one, it's Portrait, Edith Portrait.
Theo?
Edith Portrait, Pautrat, and I'm sure it was either around here or over there. I should have actually looked up.
We can look up
Huh? Yeah, I feel very sorry because, as I told you, she died alone. Her body wasn't found for 3 days. She lived in Los Alces. And I asked Francis, because I basically distanced myself from the family, yeah? But Francis didn't, Anne didn't, my mother didn't. And for her to die alone like that is a disgrace.
Was that an English name? That doesn't sound like an English
Huh?
name. Was that an English name?
Portrait is French.
Oh.
I mean, her husband, I never found out how they actually met, but he was in the merchant navy, and I had this idea that they met in a, down and out bar in Liverpool somewhere, because she came from Liverpool, which, interestingly enough, Ernest Birkenhead is just across the estuary from Liverpool, which is quite interesting, yeah? What I'll do is, I'd like to see it as we're here because it's quite a journey.
Brown,
And Griffiths,
Patterson, Griffith, Don Griffith.
that rings a
I
bell.
think they were friends of your father.
Well, the daughter,
He died
she
in,
runs the Peruvian Times.
Yeah.
I think Charlie's here.
Who?
Charlie. That's his friend, Charlie Royal.
Don't know. I'm going to go and ask in the office.
Yeah.
How's it?
Yeah, Griffith.
Yeah, Eleanor Griffiths. She runs the Peruvian Times. I've been in contact with her a bit. I'm going to go and ask.
That guy is cleaning.
Oh, really? It's that one?
Ahí donde está limpiando, ¿no, María Elena? Yeah.
Puccini. Oh, the stone looks quite good order.
Yeah.
Anne actually had it. Buenos días, señor.
Eduardo.
O buenas tardes.
Eduardo. Is that it? That's it?
¿Cómo estás?
Is
Yeah,
that it?
Armstrong Petrat. Pero ¿quién es Eduardo?
I don't know.
Pero tu abuela se llamaba Edith.
Yeah, it's Armstrong.
her.
Yeah, it's Edith Armstrong Petrat. Sí, es eso.
Y
She was
Armstrong,
born
¿qué
in
cosa?
Carlisle.
Yeah.
Was that a middle name or what?
Armstrong, I don't know where Armstrong came from, but I don't know who, Eduardo, I don't know who he
Nelly
is.
Skelding?
And Skelding rings a bell, but I don't know who that is. I'll have to,
She died in 72 and November, but they don't say when he was born, Eduardo.
I don't know who Eduardo is.
Dwarf.
In 1984, wow.
Nelly Skelding.
Nelly Scully.
So, when did Ernest,
They,
77 wasn't it we were saying?
77, both of them.
yeah,
So
they
5
died
years
70.
difference.
Yeah, he died 5 years before.
Sheep. Sheep.
She,
Yeah, I don't know who these guys are.
well, he found it,
Bueno, muchas gracias, señora.
señor.
Maybe by the because of the date, could it be that she had other children?